Hi, I was so thankful that a couple of weeks ago I got to work with about 13 schools and about 16 different choirs within them and hear so many great things. And this choir was one of them that I was so thankful to work with. Now, I got the 3/6 rehearsal practice that we're going to jump into, and I'm going to show you how to read this using a spectrogram showing you all the great parts that you had when you were singing Wiegenlied. And we're going to go, I got a sheet music here with a couple of pages, but we're going to go through it and then show you some of your best parts and some low-hanging fruit that this course could work on. So here it is. Let's start from the beginning. I'll explain this in a bit. Here it goes. Now, we're not going to listen to it from start to finish. We're going to go ahead and target spots so you can listen over and over again. Take a look at this part right here. Did you hear how much this lights up? Now, if you have an S sound, like this is the S sound, you see where this lights up all right here? You hear that? But this is lit up a lot without an S sound. Listen to how awesome it sounds. It sounds so full. It's the first time you hit the full-bodiedness here. It just really rings out. Now, the beginning, though, it lacks that. We have a nice deep breath, and I feel like a lot of students are not in the zone right now. You should be in a zone right when you start off. That way, the first chord that you lock in is already locked. You don't have to wait to this beautiful moment that you have here. Right? So the way you do that, the first is guten. What you do is you breathe on the vowel you're going to sing on. So it's oo, guten, you're already there. Now remember, it's a mezzo piano, so when you're already singing soft, you have to be more intense. The intensity meter has to be up while you're singing that. So look again here. So you have in the Rosen, Rosen, but it has a crescendo there. And I hear there's a little space here. What about if you're singing Rosen and just keep it legato? Listen to the tiny space there. Right here. Did you hear it? Zenbe. Don't think zenbe. Think zenbe. Zenbe. Don't sing as much vowel as possible. Now, when you're doing that, what is it? Oh yeah, da. You have a decrescendo here. Really take that. And this breath that you have here, make it meaningful. Whenever you breathe in, it's not to breathe in, it's to perform the next thing coming in. Think about it as an extension of feelings when you come in. So right here, you see where that breath is. You see that you have harmonies missing here in this spot right there. You see that? There's in this area right here. That means that we weren't as full as we can be. What you could do is breathe in the E vowel. Mitna. Okay? Or na. You hear that the ringing that's happening right around there. You see that little hot spot right there? And then over here, you have a really nice column of ring there. So it's ringing there. How can you get that ring all across the song, the entire song? We're accessing your overtones. Watch, I'm going to sing something for me, and I have to be as quiet as possible, but my kiddos are asleep right now. I'll get my wifey coming up, and we'll start the argument, the song you sing, right? Okay, here it goes. I'm going to record my voice. Watch this. If I'm singing unter die, watch this. Ooh. Do you see that right here? Now, this was an S sound. See? And this was. Ooh. That right there is lighting up more. Now, I only get less access because I'm one voice. The overtone series is hidden. And that's when you're singing something. It's this note, this note, this note, this note, this note. It's overtone series. So look it up if you haven't done that. I'm going to get rid of that, though, what I sing. But watch, when I'm singing something, if I'm singing like, Did you hear the difference when I just put it more like this? The exercise that we do here, it gets more resonance when you sing above your hands. Ah, it just lights up overtones like crazy there. Now listen to the difference there. Ah, did you hear the difference when I just put it more like this? The exercise that we do here. Ah, it just lights up differently. You want to be able to have access to right here. You see there's a little bit more there. There's a little more information here and here when you're having that sound. So you want to be able to play around with that so you lighten up the entire time. And of course, if you don't have the resonance, hear the difference between that right here? You want as much of that information lighting up in the spectrum as possible. That's what we're looking for, right? So you have these great moments, and that's what we're talking about, getting that in here. Just really getting those vowels. Maybe practice the song without any consonants. Let's keep on listening. There's a lot of great stuff right here. You can see like stuff lighting up so much. Now we're watching the gentleman coming in here alone. You see that? You have Guten Abend, but watch goo, 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 Guten Abend. Right? You have to make sure your access and ooh, that those type of sounds in there. Make fun of me if you have to get that sound out. It's important. Oh, you see how much no information was there? Right there. There's just like nothing. It's so like really. I'm losing my voice a little bit. I can't sing louder than that. But good point. Watch the tuning there. Right there. I think. Okay, we're unsure right here. Check your notes there. I'm going to show you an exercise later on how to really even this out and ping, 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 ping the entire time. I think we're also disconnected a little bit with the feeling what the song's about, right? It's about putting a baby to sleep. And if you've never had that love for a younger sibling or a baby of any kind, you think about like a puppy, or think about like taking care of something that you really meant a lot to you, like your first dog you've ever had, or whatever you could use to access that memory of what it's like to take care of something that you. It could be anything. It could even be your parents that you've taken care of before. Who knows what you've been through at this point? Here's another no information. It was nice, and then it goes away there, right? We're looking for really just having this light up the entire time. Just be lit with full of energy. I'm at resonance. These are D's. D's. The quieter you get, the more focused you should be, the more full you should trick yourself in getting. Full is D. Like, what if you got, instead of getting softer, you get more intense and then quiet. D. Like, like really just practice getting that soft in that area. The Guten Nacht, you look how it's not lit up here. You're like, well, there's not that many people singing, right? But goo, watch this. If I sing my goo, goo, you see how hot that is right there? Goo. It should be lighting up that much from all the people who are singing there. That much fire. Goo. But you hear? You can really cheat to have goo, dude. Like to have that feel up there, especially when you're up there. You can cheat into that realm. But listen how this comes out nice and beautiful. I love how you kept the vowel all the way to the end of the phrase there. It's so lovely how you did that. Well, really lovely. But again, I might hear a couple of breathiness there. Don't get so dramatically soft. Gradually get there. And that's going to be hard. I'm going to give you exercise for that. So this is keys in E flat. So if basses were right here in exercise, tenors, and then you have your altos, and then your sopranos up there. Do the whole song. That's do, so, do, mi, and you sing the whole song right here on your chord. So, for example, when we're doing that, when in warm-ups, watching your director, and so your director can direct just dynamics and really following them on the beginning. For example, instead of Guten Abend, you could have Guten Abend Nacht, with that little kiss of the that you have there. Mit Rosen, what is it? Da mit Rosen bedacht. You could really just concentrate on getting all of that wonderful volume and crescendos and really just targeting that vowel. Or if you could hide a lot of mess in that. So if you all just go unison, and I don't recommend, here's another exercise you could do. You could have one part, for example, let's say the sopranos or the altos, right? They could do their parts while everybody sings the fifth of the chord, like you're singing on B flat. So everybody's singing Gute Nacht, and then while that's happening, the altos are singing their part alone, so it stays in tune. You're doing a cappella. You can find the parts that are not being as pingy as everybody else on that one note it's being, as they're concentrating on just the volume, while everybody's concentrating on pitch in the alto section. So you can do exercises like this and to really get it lock and key. And then when you go back into all the parts, they come more confident and they ring more on the spectrogram right there. So I hope that helps and gives you a little bit of insight how to make that more flowy. Also, putting your body believe it. You're putting a baby to sleep. Like the first words that you have here are basically good evening, good night. Guten Abend, good Nacht. You know, like, and good night. Good evening and good night. We're going to put you to sleep. And then you have the roses, right? The blanket of roses you have there. Like, wow, what a great thing to have. Anyway, thank you so much for treating me with this gift of the rehearsal after I've seen you. It's even gotten so much more amazing since I've last heard it. And I know that you're going to just knock it out the park when you do this at adjudications or in front of an audience who really needs to hear this gift that you're going to give them. Thank you.